Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Junior.
And life's a little less stressful today.
And we're
The Nerdy Bros. I don't want to talk about it. Don't ask me.
That's a good thing. You didn't say life's a little more stressful today.
That is true.
Less stressful.
I just don't want to talk about why.
Okay. Well, Tito's
It's a
secrets.
secret.
I was going to say, well, secrets are okay.
Secrets are okay.
People don't have to know.
It is a secret.
Tis a secret. All right, Tito. Keep your secrets.
All right, then. Keep your secrets.
That's all right. People don't have to know about our actual lives. They only have to know about this part of our life.
Well, I mean, I think it was I like listening to. It was either last week's episode or the week before that. I tried to somewhat talk about how like I'm having problems sleeping. And you're like, all right, this isn't a therapy session. And I was like, for some odd reason, I remembered that, and I was like, God, I must have really started to like go in on some of my personal issue. All I literally said was like, I just haven't been getting a lot of sleep. Like barely. It wasn't even. You can't even call it a tangent before you were just like, all right, this isn't a therapy session.
Well, because I feel like that's where we were headed.
No. Sleep. I'm a sleep-deprived gremlin.
Okay, Tito, and we're off the rails again.
And we're off to the races. Anyways, you guys, welcome back to the show. I hope you guys have been enjoying all the episodes. Because we've been enjoying making them, still cranking them out every Thursday. You know, we be posting. And for those of you that always come back and love the show, we'd like to kick things off like we always do with...
Like we always do it this time.
No, not with that. We haven't sang in a while. But anyways, with Junior's Hot Take. And this is part of the episode where we talk about something new and upcoming. Get Junior's Hot Take and hot opinion on it and see what's going on in that little mind of his. And Junior...
Again with the little mind.
Little mind. You got a little mind. We just got a trailer for the new season of Stranger Things. And it has been a hot minute.
Yeah, when was the last season? 2018 or 19?
I want to say almost like 18 because I don't remember watching it in 2019, but I'm unsure. But it's been a while, especially with like, I know for a fact, I'm pretty sure the first two seasons were just like a year apart. Like the first season came out and then right away, like the second season kind of came out. And it is like a lot of people just figured the show was over, which like
it was 2019.
Yeah, which wouldn't have been necessarily true because like at the end of season 3, you got to see that like teaser that Hopper was still alive.
Yes. Spoiler, just kidding.
Hopper
like
from A
ago.
Bug's Life.
Yeah. He didn't get killed by the fucking bird.
Yeah, he's actually in Stranger Things.
Anyway, yeah. I would say it was more of a teaser than an actual trailer because I think it was like a minute long. But
did I see teaser? I thought I said trailer.
No, you did say trailer. I'm saying
okay.
I think it was more of a teaser than an actual trailer because we didn't actually get to see a whole lot. What you saw was like it looked like a family in the 1950s, and then the kids were dead at one point.
What?
And then you saw like it was future time or present time because they're like Stranger Things are like in the 1980s.
Yeah.
And then you see one of them punch through the one of the windows in the door, put their hand in, unlock the door, then they walk in. And then you see, is it Steve?
The older kid?
Yeah. Steve says...
The best babysitter out there?
Yeah. Steve says that, like, he's like, what are we doing here? And then, like, Dustin says that they're looking for clues, and he, like, quotes, like, Sherlock Holmes. And you see, like, like, the backs of, like, all of them, I would assume, but you only see Steve, Dustin, and Maxine, Max, the girl, the redheaded girl. Those are like the only three like faces who you see aside from that family from like the 1950s. So I'm like, that's all we got. We have no idea what the premise of this is whatsoever. And the very last thing that you saw was it's not coming out until 2022.
Okay.
So it's like still not coming out until next year.
What was your like like if you had to rank the seasons, or not even so much rank them, but do you feel like there was a good like procession of them? Like, is there anyone that you felt like was like lackluster and you're just like, this has been going on for too long? Or do you think they did a good job of like the continuation of the show?
I don't know. I feel like there was like still like quite a few unanswered questions. I mean, like we still don't really, and maybe I have to go back and watch them because I don't remember. But it's like we still don't know where like 11 got her powers.
She
Also-
was like born with them.
What about the siblings or whatever?
Well, we don't know if the other one survived. I think it would be super awesome if there was a bunch of, because I mean, she meets 8 in season 2, so I think it would be cool that there were other siblings that have some type of psychic powers. But I don't know where they may or may not go with that. So yeah.
And like I still don't really understand the whole experimentation. What's the whole point of the upside down or whatever?
They stumbled upon the upside down while like experimenting with 11's powers. Like that's how they found it. They weren't planning on looking for the upside down. If you remember,
Yeah, they like accidentally open it.
yeah, because when they put her into that like pool with all, I think it's like salt or whatever.
It's like the suspended animation.
Yeah.
It's like
She
a
was-
sensory deprivation chamber.
a sensory deprivation chamber. While she's in that, she was able to like throw her mind all the way over to like Russia. So they were trying to use her to like gain secrets because the 1980s during the Cold War and stuff like that. While she was in there, though, she accidentally opened up that first portal into the Upside Down.
So then, like, it makes sense that that's why Hopper ended up in Russia after the explosion, because she then it might have had something to do with 11 somehow sending him all the way to Russia.
Well, I don't know. I don't think she was there during the explosion and she like loses her powers at the end of season 3, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe it was in the middle and then gained, I don't know. All I know is that she like destroyed that giant monster that was like coming after them. I really liked season 3.
I like season 3 too.
Yeah.
I think season 3 was probably my favorite one.
I think it did a really good job.
Season 1 was cool, but like
as like a starting point, so yeah, season 1 was really good.
I thought season 3, I don't know, it's kind of hard. I don't know, season 2, like the one that I like is the one that I don't remember the best is season 2.
Season 2 is the one where their friend, is it Nate? No. Who's the one that's missing in the first season?
Will,
yeah. Will gets like infected by that giant monster.
Oh, and like immediately is like in a coma, right?
Well, like not like necessarily immediately in a coma or whatever, but he like
it's like where his eyes keep glazing over.
Yeah,
or whatever.
because like it like takes over him from time to time and like possesses him and then like uses him to kind of like.
And then that's the monster that gets out and is the antagonist in season 3.
Yeah,
the Mind
basically.
Flayer, or that's what they call
Yeah.
it. Because they like name everything after like Dungeons and Dragons villains.
Yeah.
Because they call the first monster the Demogorgon.
Yeah.
And then
And then it's
that
the
monster they end up
Demodogs.
calling the Mind Flayer.
Yeah. But
But a Mind Flayer doesn't look like that in Dungeons and Dragons.
yeah. True. I just thought it was awesome how that thing came into like existence. Like it was something like small, but then it starts like taking over.
It starts like killing rats and like it just keeps absorbing people's like bodies.
Well, yeah, but then it's also able to use like their bodies to like. Well, it kind of like reminded me of like The Thing, that horror movie that could like make copies of like somebody else and completely use it. But it was like, I don't know, it was like an alien creature or something. I didn't know Kurt Russell was in the original for that.
Yeah. I think
You and me saw the remake
yes.
at Hollywood Palms.
Yes.
I think that was like the first time I went. Dinner and a movie. The food wasn't that bad.
Dinner and a movie with your brother.
Hey, we were like, what, 16, 17 or something?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was fun though.
Yeah, movie scary.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean like I said, we just didn't really get that much information, so I don't really know what the season's going to be about because it's like they don't know, as far as we know, that Hopper's alive.
Yes,
so
true,
like
true,
the
true.
reason that they're in the house is going to be completely separate from that, I would assume. So it's like, what else? There wasn't any sort of setup for a season 4 except for that Hopper thing, but there's no way that they know about it.
Yeah,
So
and it
like
was-
the reason that
do
they're in
you
the house is going
remember-
to be something completely different.
Do you remember where 11 went? Did she get adopted by like another family or something, or why did she leave?
I think she just wanted to leave
Because
the town.
Hopper
Was it
gone?
Hawkins?
Yeah,
I think she just wanted to leave the town of Hawkins because, I mean, she had just broke up with the boyfriend, which I can't remember his name. I know his real name is like Finn Wolfhard or whatever.
That's a badass last name.
Yeah. But I remember it's Dustin and Will, Max, 11, and Steve. But yeah, I don't remember like all of the other characters' names.
It's Mike.
Oh yeah.
It's Mike. And I can't remember the other name.
Yeah, but well, like they had just broken up, and I think the whole thing with Hopper.
Well,
she was like, "Yeah, I'm done with this town."
Yeah, she like breaks up with him because Max.
I dump your ass.
Yeah, I dump your ass. Max convinces her to. And then, it's because he was lying about why they couldn't hang out.
She can see. It's because she was using her power where she.
Yeah, but Hopper threatened him to like not come back for a while because he was tired of just watching them make out.
Yeah. He was like, you guys need to like
The door.
hang out sometimes, not all the time. Yeah, he would leave the door a little bit closed, and 11 would close it with her. Well,
I think that happens. Yeah, right in the first episode, like he notices them kissing, so she just shuts the door with her powers, and he's like, "Hey, 3 inches open."
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm gonna have to rewatch season 3.
Season 3 was really good.
Yeah.
Like Billy was like such a douche, but like after all that stuff happened to him, you can't help but feel bad for him, especially because also you feel bad for Max because that's her brother.
Yeah.
And like she's like begging for, he's like, please, like he hates it. He's like, he like wants to die.
Yeah, at that point, like after everything.
I'm like, damn, that sucks. Anyway, that's I'm excited. I'm excited for the 4th season, but again, so far don't really know anything.
And still not till 2020, but we didn't get a month in 2022. You said, right? Just the year.
Just the year.
C'est la vie.
I was about to say that.
Well, anyways, guys, moving things right along, we come back to
Anime is an important part of our culture.
And for this week,
what if you just broke the chair?
I don't know. It probably will have it. So just some physical comedy for everybody. I finished the 7 Deadly Sins. We got the second half of the final season.
Oh, okay.
I loved like the big bad. They did this thing that I've seen happen sometimes in other shows. There was like a big bad, and then like after the big bad was done, they kind of like added another like fight. And
they actually, check this out. The real villain was me the whole time.
No. See, that sometimes I'm okay with. Like,
bullshit.
Yeah,
JRPG.
Yeah, JRPGs do that all the time. Where it's just like, oh, you thought you fought the final boss, but no, actually, I'm the final boss. But like this wasn't even like I wouldn't even consider this like a final boss. Like it was just kind of like tacked on at the end, where I was just like, what is going on here? Like this seems extremely silly compared to what like, the
final boss, and all of a sudden the ground opens up and the devil comes out, and then you're like, what?
No,
does this have to do with the story?
Yeah, that would have been like somewhat cooler though. I honestly felt like what the boss ended up being like didn't even really compare to what the like other final boss was. So I don't know. But I did like the ending, like, you know, kind of like animes will usually give you like a wholesome like final episode thing. So I did like that though. So that series is over as far as I know, unless, you know, for whatever reason they decide to like start something else up with maybe like the offspring of them. But I don't think they will. However, they are releasing one final 7 Deadly Sins movie, which will come out on Friday. So I am excited to watch that.
That is going to be part of the show or just a movie?
No, probably just a movie. And I think it's the second or third. I think it's the second one.
I only watched the first season, and then I never watched anything else.
It's a good show.
I think I watched the first 2 episodes of that like weird second season, wherever the hell that was.
No. It was a weird third season, I thought. No, you're right. It was
second.
Yeah, they did like 4. Yeah, it was like
and
4
it was like
episodes
of that was just like filler weird shit. And then I was like, what the hell is this? And I just stopped watching it.
Yeah. But no, it's a great show. Besides that, I don't think there's too much. So many animes like not ended, but like the seasons ended, and
Well, what about My Hero? Because you said that it looked like they were going past. Did they not go
so
past? Or
here's the
what?
thing.
You misspoke.
So there's 25 episodes. However, I feel like I might have misspoke on the fact that like maybe the first episode that I counted for season 5 might have been like an OVA or something. So either something like not necessarily like canon, but just something that they threw out there. But there is 25 episodes in this season. But then yeah, the season ended though.
Oh, okay.
So
So I think for me, I think I'm on like episode 22.
yeah, so you've got a couple.
So I think I have, I
you
think I have a few left.
But I mean, like that season ended.
it's been, like, all
that time I
villain
got
shit.
reincarnated as a slime. That season ended, and season 2 was magnificent. It was a great season.
Well, Tokyo Revengers.
Tokyo
You said it's
Revengers-
over.
No, I said the season. Yeah, the season.
right.
Not like not
Right,
the
right.
series.
But I'm saying like I'm also still trying to like. I think I just watched like episode 19, and you said there was like 22 or something like that.
No, 24. Pretty sure.
Oh, so then I still have like 5 episodes left
Yeah.
of that one.
But like I was literally like I'm waiting for so many shows to like come
Well,
back.
isn't Boruto like still ongoing?
Boruto's still on, but it's literally like One Piece and Boruto are the only thing that I get like episodes every single week. Besides like when there's like a new year.
Did you hear the thing about? Have you seen that on TikTok where it's like the creator? And I don't know if this is just like meme shit that people are making jokes about, or did the creator of One Piece finally finish the manga?
I don't know if he did or not yet. I'm not sure. I haven't seen it. I just knew that it was close to it.
Like I keep seeing that people are maybe they're just making jokes that it's almost over. They just keep being like, where he was like, what are you gonna do now that it's over? And I saw somebody like one of the TikToks that I watched was like he did like One Piece ship it in, and it was just like Jesus Christ,
Oh man, that'd be insane.
like a whole
But, like,
other
yeah.
1,000 episode show.
Yeah. Tokyo Revengers season ended. My Hero season ended. That time I got
gotta
reincarnated as a slime
Start
ended.
watching anime movies, dude.
Well, like I'm waiting
back into
for
the Studio
I'm waiting
Ghibli
for
movies.
Fire Force to hopefully season 3 to start back up. I'm waiting for the next season of Haikyuu to start back up. I want another season of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. We're still waiting on
You do? After
Yeah.
all this time it took you to get through
Dude,
them all, now you want one?
Yeah. But it was like after I got through Diamond Dust Rebellion, I started really enjoying like the season. The last season that I watched with them being like gangsters, I actually really ended up liking. So I'm pretty sure they have a bunch of like seasons set
Well,
up.
the
for, like,
second
in the
half of
manga.
Attack on Titan's got to be coming out soon.
Yeah, that we're waiting on that.
Demon Slayer,
Demon Slayer is supposed to be starting soon.
which has it's been confirmed that the first 7 episodes.
yeah,
will
we talked
be-
about that on the last episode.
Yeah, the
Goblin
first
Slayer
7.
season 2 should be coming out soon. Is it wrong to pick up Girls in a Dungeon? Season 3 ended a while ago, so I'm just sitting here waiting for season 4.
Did
now.
you continue watching Overlord?
Yes, I love Overlord, but I think it got canceled. The Rising of Shield Hero. When's my season 2
Oh
coming out?
yeah,
'Cause that
dude,
show's amazing.
that show was awesome.
Bungo Stray Dogs. Come on, I need another season because that show's awesome. But yeah, so I'm just sitting here kind of like waiting for a lot of like seasons of anime to start coming out so I can start watching those. Like I think last year there was like a pretty good rotation of like right when like a bunch of shows that I was watching ended, a bunch of other ones started right back up. So I'm waiting to see when that's gonna happen. But
I've watched
currently-
like a few of like 2020 and 2021 shows where I'm like, oh, I didn't realize this was a brand new show.
yeah,
so
I
I'm
have,
like, okay,
I have a lot of
when's the second
recommendations,
season
and there's
coming?
always still more stuff for
You
me
should
to
watch Glepnir. I watched the
Oh
first
yeah,
season.
yeah, that's yeah. We talked
the
about
one where
that one.
the guy turns into a suit.
A like meat bear suit. Yeah,
Yes,
sounds super weird.
it's
Though.
awesome. It's a sweet anime.
I need to finish Dead Man's Wonderland, even though apparently it was like a 1-season show that got canceled. But they said it was. My friends have told me that it's very good. That it should just go through with it. I'm getting recommendations left and right, and there's still just stuff on my own watch list. Have you ever looked at Mob Psycho?
I like know the name, but I have never seen it.
That was an anime that I think had like 1 season for the longest time, and recently, like I don't know if season 2 is like done or it's still ongoing or whatever, but like people loved Mob Psycho even with just the first season. It even got a live action adaptation too, so I really want to check that out. still other things that I need to finish too, but I definitely want to watch Cowboy Bebop and finish it completely before
You should.
the
Should
live
watch it.
action one comes out, so I can
Live action.
so we can do like a nice compare and contrast there. I really hope we get the whole season for that too. Like I hope they don't try to do like because I know some Netflix shows have been like weekly episodes, and I don't want none of that. But we've also
There's
talked
only
about
like
the
a
fact
few.
we've also talked about the fact that we're unsure whether or not they'll do the whole series in like one season. Because I mean, we don't know how many episodes they'll put out there.
Yeah, I mean, most Netflix shows tend to be like 10 episodes, and the thing is, they technically that if they did like hour-long episodes, they could get away with doing pretty much the entire first season. So the season's only like, or not the entire first season, the whole series.
Yeah.
It's only like 24 episodes, so they
But-
could condense a little bit.
But like the episodes don't necessarily follow each other.
Right.
So like if they were going to do an hour-long episode, it'd be a little hard to kind of like stitch them together.
That's true. That's true. Most episodes are standalone. Cause like it's like only the stuff at the beginning has to do with Vicious, and then the stuff at the end has to do with Vicious. Which it's weird because it's like is he the main antagonist? That's unclear because like Spike Spiegel has like different missions on like different episodes.
Yeah.
So it's like they don't follow each other.
I mean, I would still probably consider him to be at the very least it's his arch rival. But I mean, I would still consider it like, yeah, I get what you mean by like the whole, like in most animes, like the main antagonist, there's always like a goal going, like moving towards like him. And I mean, Spike's a bounty hunter. So he's just, each episode normally is him just going after a bounty.
Right. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see.
What about you? Any anime?
I mean, like I've just been like, I'm behind because I just watch everything dubbed. So like I'm still watching Tokyo Revengers. I'm still watching My Hero. I have to check for that last episode of Black Clover.
Oh
I
yeah,
like
so you can finally
watched
finish it.
I watched like all the rest of it, but there was still one episode that I hadn't seen. I don't think I've watched any other like animes lately though. Anything like a brand new season or anything like that. I've just been watching like a shitload of movies.
Yeah, you have been binge watching a lot of movies.
Yeah. I think I watched like 5 or 6 movies a day for like the past 2 or 3 days. Like just back to back to back. Not even
Yes,
like
my son.
Yeah. Well, like I finished Alice's Alice in Borderland, which left it open for a second season.
I mean, 100%. Did you finish High Rise Invasion?
Shit, no, I didn't. I got through like I'm like on the 5th or 6th. I don't know. Like the show was cool, but for some reason, like in the middle of it, I kind of just like started losing interest, which is weird because I just need to like sit down and just finish it. Like the first like couple episodes, I was like, oh damn, this is awesome. And then for some reason in the like 5th or 6th episode, I was like, this is kind of stupid. And then I don't know. It was like at first it was just like white masks trying to get people to kill themselves, not necessarily kill them. But then all of a sudden it's like the closer to God humans and I was like, what the fuck is this shit? And that's where they started to lose me. And then I'm like, I don't really know if I like this now because I don't understand what the fuck is happening. And there's like defective masks and all this shit. I'm just like, I don't know what the hell's going on. And then also it's just like, why the fuck can't the brother find the sister already?
Oh,
Like they're in one fucking city, for Christ's sake.
yeah, and they can talk to each other. They have the phone.
Exactly.
I mean, don't they keep trying to meet up? They keep making the plan to meet.
Well,
don't they?
no, because their plan is like, all right, you're gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this, and then we're gonna meet up. It's like, why haven't you just met up already? Like, don't you want like? What happens if your plan doesn't work? Which 99% of the time plans don't work, and then your sister dies, and you're like, I should have just met up with my sister. It's like, yeah, you should have. Why the fuck are you taking so long to meet up with your sister? And we still don't know why they even got fucking sucked into there or whatever. She was just like, I looked into the sky and there was this building, and all of a sudden I'm here. And it's like, what the fuck?
Yes, I don't think any of those questions get answered by the end of the season.
Yeah,
but
so-
I definitely am hoping for a season 2 because I really enjoyed the anime.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll just like finish it but I've been like part of me is like I'm gonna start a new anime, but then also part of me is like I'm gonna go back and rewatch other animes that I've already seen before. Like I kind of really want to rewatch Death Note and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Yes.
So it's just like I don't know, because I feel like with Brotherhood, I didn't fully. That's kind of when I was still a little bit newer to anime.
Yeah, I feel like you got done with Bleach, and then I had you like jump onto Brotherhood right away because I watched.
Yeah.
I think I rewatched the whole series with you.
Yes. But like I definitely fell asleep during like a couple episodes, and then like I would like rewatch them. But yeah, that's like when I was newer into it, because I also watched that was like around the same time that I watched Berserk with Guts.
I thought you watched that when you were in Afghanistan.
No, I think I started it,
Oh, okay.
or I got a recommendation for it, but I finished it when I was home.
Oh, okay.
But like those were like the first like 3 animes that I watched. Well, like obviously we watched like Yu Yu Hakusho and like Dragon Ball Z when we were like kids and stuff. But like Bleach and Berserk and Full Metal was like the first ones that I like watched, and then I kind of just got into it. But I really enjoyed Death Note, and I kind of want to go back and watch that one, and I kind of want to like watch Brotherhood again, because I just like really want to like actually sit down and watch it and like pay attention to the full thing.
A part of me wants to rewatch maybe like the last 10 episodes of the original Full Metal Alchemist so I can watch The Star of Milos, which was the movie they made that was supposed to wrap that up.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's still trash when compared to Brotherhood.
Yeah.
I don't care what you say.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't know, so I haven't watched the other one.
I was talking to the audience.
All right. But anyway, segment over.
Okay, dokie then. All right. Well, moving things along. Junior, you've mentioned you've watched a lot of movies.
Yeah,
Do
I mean,
you
I couldn't
remember
even.
them all?
Honestly, I was like, I wouldn't even be
Let's
able.
start with me first, just so I.
Yeah. It's a shorter list.
It'll be a shorter list. I've been catching up on Lucifer. I finally finished season 5, which was actually relatively pretty cool. I think season 6 is now and it's done. And I think it's only like 13 episodes, something like that. So I've just got to finish that up, and then I should be done with that show. I was binge watching The 7 Deadly Sins, getting through that, and then I want to watch the movie. And I think, other than that, I don't think I've done anything. I turned on my PlayStation, and
I haven't even done that in forever.
yeah, I know. I need to get back into gaming. I've just there was like this, just something hit me, and for whatever reason, I just haven't been playing anything. It's probably the fact that like my PSN account got taken, and I still haven't called to get that back yet. But also, like, I don't know. I just haven't really had a game to play. Like, in my spare time, I guess I don't want to just immediately, because I'd have to plug in my PS4 to get those other platinums that I've been talking about wanting to get. And technically, I could get them without getting my PSN account like reactivated, because the save data is still on there. But like to transfer it over to like my PS5 profile, I need to get my PSN account back. Plus, like, I really just want to be able to surf indie games that I shouldn't buy but probably will, and then just like get halfway through them and not beat them. But
You should just play the Oregon Trail on the TV. Like,
no,
I
I
am.
don't want to do that.
I'm on the 4th fucking leg, man, but I know everyone's gonna die. Is because I ran out of money and I have to fucking do the last part, and I'm like, everyone's just gonna die now.
Oh no, I didn't know you had still been playing that.
Yeah, I'm like really close to the end.
I did see though. I didn't like. A part of me was just like, I just want to watch it because I love it. And I mean, we didn't watch all of them together, but another part of me was just like, maybe I shouldn't. The first episode of The 7 is now on YouTube, and I was gonna watch it, but I was like, maybe I should just wait and watch it.
Oh
with
yeah,
you.
yeah. I told you I want to watch that too.
Yeah. Well, I need to re-up on for the Dropout TV to get that back.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, haven't done much else besides that. I want to get back into gaming, but literally just I think most of the time what I end up watching is literally just the anime I keep up with, and then like sprinkle something new here or there, or I just sit down and watch something that you're watching, but somehow I never get to finish anything that you're watching because I end up doing.
You like
something
come
else.
down like 20 minutes into the movie and have to leave like 40 minutes before it's over.
Yeah, it's not even like necessarily like I do it on purpose, but I'm like, oh, this looks interesting, and then I get like sucked into it. I mean, even what was it? Megan's been binge watching NCIS, and I watched like 2 episodes with her, and then I was watching one, and we had gotten like 20 minutes into it, and I was like, crap, now I got to go get my car, and I really wanted to see how that one ended, and didn't
Oh,
get to.
I think she stopped it, so it's still up.
All right, perfect. All right, but yeah, let's see if you can rattle off all these movies. That
I
you've-
definitely can't, but like, so
You said can or can't?
can't.
Oh,
No
okay.
way. I mean, holy shit! If I could, I'd be really impressed with myself. I watched. It started with Cherry, which was not really. I don't know. It was kind of a romance movie. It was like a fucked up romance movie with Tom Holland.
Oh, okay, that one.
Yeah, you came down during that one, and then you were kind of like, oh, what's this?
Well, because you've even said it on the podcast before
Yeah,
that you were
yeah, that I
wanting
wanted
to
to
watch
watch
it.
it.
Yeah.
So I watched that. It was interesting. It was weird seeing him. Like I've seen him in other stuff, but like for the most part, it's like I've seen him as Spider-Man, like most recently. So like seeing him and then I was like, shit. It was like really gritty. He was like a drug addict with like heroin and like a lot of cussing, and I was like, holy shit. But it was a pretty good movie. I enjoyed it. And then after that, it was just a series of rom-coms. I've just been watching a lot of
There was
rom-coms and romance movies.
There was that other movie though, the one with the 2 girls from medical school.
Oh shit. Yes. Promising Young Woman.
Yeah.
Yo, that movie is awesome. Holy shit. If you haven't seen Promising Young Woman, watch it. It's on HBO Max right now. I almost rented it like 2 weeks ago because I've been wanting to see that movie. And then I was like, holy shit, it's on HBO Max. Yeah, that movie is good. You should definitely see that movie. Wow. Did not expect some of that shit that happened.
And I did not expect Schmidt to be Schmidt in the movie. either.
Yeah.
Well, not even Schmidt to be Schmidt.
He was just but I was just like, oh, he's acting too much like Schmidt, and like
Yeah.
for this scenario, it's like
Yeah, please don't ruin
The end when
Schmidt
he
for
was,
me.
like,
I can't-
running away was hilarious.
Do you know what his actor's name is? Because I can't remember it.
I knew it when we were watching the movie, and I can't think of it right now.
It's just like he essentially kind of plays like a doucher, and like technically Schmidt is kind of a douchebag, but like in New Girl, it's to like a comedic
He's like
level.
a lovable douchebag.
He's like a lovable douchebag.
Max
And-
Greenfield.
Oh yeah, and you get to see though, like he like used to be like a fat kid too. So you see how he basically just kind of built the confidence of being like a douchebag because he used to be a fat kid, but wasn't as all like the type of douchebag that he is in Promising Young Woman.
Yeah.
But then it's the mannerisms that get you
Yes,
like, oh,
yes,
that's a
yes,
Schmidt mannerism. Please don't do that. You're gonna ruin Schmidt for me. But yeah, I didn't see it from the start, but I got to see like the last like 30 minutes, and yeah, holy crap. Just from that, I could just be like, and everything that was going on, because I did see
Yeah.
some of the parts at the beginning too. Yeah, it looked like an amazing movie.
Yes, should definitely watch it. Yeah, after that, it just became a spiral into romantic comedies and just romance movies.
Which you don't normally do. I feel like
I don't
was
know
like
why.
watching all the romance movies that you were keeping up with. I was like, what romantic game are you playing that all of a sudden you're watching all these rom-coms?
I was like, man, thank God there isn't like it was, the one thing that I've been doing is playing the Oregon Trail.
Just start watching a bunch of Oregon.
So
Trail
yeah, I was
movies.
like, but I can watch a bunch of like not even like a Western, but I'd be like, this movies about travel. I don't know. And then for some reason, I don't even know like the first one that I started watching, but then I just spiraled into romance and rom-coms. I I watched Shakespeare in Love, which I really liked. It was a really good movie. That one was about William Shakespeare falling in love with a woman, and like he had writer's block, and once he fell in love with this woman, he started writing again, and it's like, and who knows if it's factual or not? I didn't like look it up, but it's like basically it's the story of how he wrote Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it had Gwyneth Paltrow in it, and then the guy who played William Shakespeare, I don't know his name, but he plays Fred in Handmaid's Tale, who's like who the owner of Fred is, the main character, Elizabeth Moss. So he played William Shakespeare, but I really liked that movie. Then I watched When Harry Met Sally. I watched Sleepless in Seattle. I watched You've Got Mail, which all three of those movies have Meg Ryan as like the love interest. I watched. Oh, I think the first one that I watched was with it's called Man Up with Simon Pegg. So it was like a British one. And the premise of that one is like Simon Pegg is going on a blind date and he's supposed to meet her at the Waterloo train station underneath the clock. And the woman is supposed to be holding a book. And the girl that he's supposed to go on the blind date with meets this other woman on the train going into Waterloo. And she gives her the book. And and then the girl runs into a bookstore to buy the book so that she can meet Simon Pegg. But the girl gets off the girl that gets the book as a gift gets off the train and just decides that she's going to return it to the woman. And she ends up standing underneath the clock in the train station. Simon Pegg runs into her and she decides to go with it. And she goes on the blind date with Simon Pegg.
Oh.
And then she ends up telling him that she's not the girl that he was supposed to be here with. And like, he gets mad, but then he's like, oh, I think they like fall in love over this like one date or whatever. I don't know. It was like really funny movie. So I watched that one, and then I watched like Shakespeare in Love, and then Sleepless in Seattle, and all these other ones. And then I just started like, I like Googled, it was like the best like romantic movies. And then I was like, I wanted to watch like romance films that didn't have comedy. So I like specifically looked for romance movies that had not zero comedy, but it wasn't labeled a rom-com. It was labeled a romance film. So I wanted to see some of those.
Little compare and contrast.
Yeah. Well, like, yeah. And then like, I ended up making a list of them, and I've been like checking some of the ones that I've watched. But yeah, I ended up watching like some with like Tom Hanks, some of them that I'd already seen. But I wanted to watch like older ones that I'd like never seen before. 'Cause it's like, I've seen most of all the newer ones that have come out and stuff, but it's like, I never really watched like the ones from the 90s or the 80s and stuff like that. So I started watching some of those. Mystic Pizza with Julia Roberts was really fucking funny. That one was really funny. And yeah, and then I watched The Lucky One, All the Bright Places, and First Time. And All the Bright Places was like kind of a dark romance one. And another one that I watched was called All My Life, which was based on a true story. And that one's brand new actually on HBO Max. It stars the girl from Happy Death Day.
Okay.
Both of them obviously. And she like meets this guy at a bar, and then they start dating, and then they fall in love, and then he asks her to marry him, and she gets him to quit his job and get his dream job, which is like to be a chef, and he does that. And then he proposes, and then like a little bit after that, he collapses. They find out he's got a tumor. They cut it out. He thinks he's like, all right, I'm good now. And then they find out that like he's like riddled with cancer, and he's like gonna die like pretty soon. So then they like, their friends end up like raising all this money for them so that they can have their dream wedding. And then he doesn't even make it like a year after they get married. He like dies like 185 days after their wedding day or whatever. And it's like based on a true story.
Okay.
So at the very end, they show like the actual couple like at their wedding, like wedding videos and stuff like that. But yeah, it was a good movie, and it was just like really, it was like sad, but it was pretty good. And then I watched this one with like Elle Fanning, who's Dakota Fanning's younger sister, and Justice Smith, the main character from Detective Pikachu, the boy.
Oh, okay.
And like that one was like a dark romance movie too, and it was pretty good. And yeah, then the one that I just finished was like one with like Zac Efron.
Bad Grandpa.
No,
Okay.
it was called The Lucky One. It's
okay.
one based on one of Nicholas Sparks' books. It was like that one was kind of cool. I kind of liked the premise. It was like Zac Efron was a Marine, and like after this like night raid in the middle of the night, like in the morning, he like sees something glistening in the sun, and he gets up and walks over to pick it up. And because he walked away to pick it up, well, not because of, but because he was away, he didn't die because there was like a mortar strike that killed like 3 other Marines. And like if he hadn't have walked over to pick up the thing that he saw, he would have been like really near and probably would have died also. Mm-hmm. And it ends up being a picture of a woman, and he starts trying to figure out whose it is, who lost it, blah blah blah, and he can never figure it out. And then in the picture, there's like she's like the backdrop is like or in the background there's a lighthouse. So he starts trying to compare it so he can find the lighthouse, and he finds it. He goes and he meets the woman, and he's gonna tell her about it. And then the typical movie thing, he gets like cut off, and then he doesn't end up telling her right then and there. And then she's like, oh, you must be here to get the job that we've been looking for somebody. And he starts working for them. Like, they like board and, they have like a kennel. So they like board other dogs, and they do dog training and shit like that. And he's really good with his own dog. Mm-hmm. So he starts doing that, and then they fall in love. And then she finds out that the picture was actually for her brother. Cause I thought it was going to be the typical, like, my husband died over there, but it's like, no, her brother died over there. The picture was for him. And then he says that like the picture kept him alive. It was like he found like an angel while he was in hell. And she gets kind of mad because she's like, that should have kept my brother alive and all this shit. And they all end up together at the end. But like,
that's kind of messed up to say. That should have kept my like.
Well, it's like he says like, this kept me alive. Like there was so many times that I should have died. And I feel like because I had this picture and had a purpose to find out who it was.
But do you know if the brother was in like that mortar strike?
No, the brother was in the night raid the night before. So you actually do see him die, but you have no idea that it's her brother.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
does it show you how the picture got lost then, or what?
No, he was just like, he must have dropped it during the night, the night raid or whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, it was a pretty good movie. I liked it too. But yeah, I think I've named the majority of them. So yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Watching rom-coms.
Yeah, and I'm about to start another one with Timothée Chalamet, Selena Gomez, Elle Fanning, and I don't know who else is in it, but like I was like, oh, Selena Gomez, that's like my celebrity crush. I want to see that because I haven't seen it. Anyway, so speaking of movies, but not rom-coms specifically, although there probably will be some romantics or some rom-coms in this list.
We'll just roll into what we wanted to talk about today.
Yeah, which was, I wanted to go through, so I found this list on, it's actually on People's website, People Magazine. It's iconic roles that were almost played by someone else. And I kind of want to just like talk through some of them and kind of see if we could imagine what the movie would have been like. Because we'll probably know some of these actors, and it'll be like, oh, what would the different take would have been if it would have played by this other actor instead?
Well, it'll also very much help if we've also seen the movie.
Yeah, that's true. So the first one here is Rachel Leigh Cook as Rogue in the X-Men instead of who actually played her.
I don't recognize that other actor.
And Anna Paquin, You don't the first one?
Yeah.
She's in the movie. Is it She's All That with Freddie Prinze Jr.? It's the one that the Not Another Teen movie is making fun of.
Okay.
Where
okay.
she's like the nerdy girl that gets turned into the hot girl.
Yeah.
And Freddie Prinze Jr. makes the bet with his best friend, who is played by the dude from the Fast and Furious movies that passed away, Paul Walker. Yeah, that's who Rachel Leigh Cook is.
Okay.
She was also in the movie Full of Grace. Remember that movie? It's not. I don't think that's what it was called.
I do not.
But there was that Full of Grace. Remember that? There was like the grandma would talk to like a statue of the Virgin Mary.
Oh, I vaguely remember that.
We had that movie on VHS. I
Yeah.
don't remember what the movie was called. I also don't completely remember what it was about. I think like on the cover, she's holding like a blow dryer or some shit like that. Because it might have to do with like hair.
Yes, I know exactly what movie you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's who she is. So I've only seen her in that movie and in the Freddie Prinze Jr. movie that I was just talking about. She's All That.
I don't think
I've seen Anna Paquin in a lot more stuff.
Yeah, I don't think that would have made that much of an impact though.
Yeah,
like,
because she wasn't a huge character.
In the first, I think it's the first one. In the first movie, kind of, because Magneto's trying to use Rogue's power to power a machine that's going to, I think, transform a bunch of either senators or congressmen into mutants. So like in that one, she's kind of a big character, but after that, no, you could have probably made Rogue any other person, and it wouldn't have made that much of a difference to me.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, and I haven't seen Rachel Leigh Cook in enough things to really be like, oh, what would this have been like? Let's see here. George Clooney and Paul Newman as both the young and old Noah Calhoun in The Notebook. So George Clooney instead of Ryan Gosling. I don't remember when exactly the movie came out. But I think it was like in the early 2000s. Like even then, I think George Clooney would have been too old to play.
Yes, George Clooney is a handsome motherfucking devil, but he's definitely got that regal look. And like Rachel McAdams and Ryan Gosling.
Rachel McAdams and George Clooney just don't seem like
well,
like a father daughter.
Yeah, exactly. They're supposed to look like they're like the same age or whatever. So like I definitely feel like. Yeah, having him play the young Noah would have been weird. I don't think it would have translated well.
Yeah, they're 20 years apart. George Clooney is 60 and Ryan Gosling is 40.
Yeah.
So that when
Gosling still looks like he's probably 20.
Yeah, like when that movie came out, Ryan Gosling was probably in his mid 20s. And yeah, George Clooney would have been like in his mid 40s.
I still love the fact that The Notebook and Mean Girls they filmed the same year or they came out the same year.
Yeah, and it was because when I saw Mean Girls, I was like, "Oh, this girl's like 20," and then I was like, "No, she's like 30, playing like an 18-year-old."
What's next?
Yeah, that would have been a completely different movie, especially if Rachel McAdams still would have played the love interest. That would have been weird.
Yeah,
I think they would have had to pick like an older actress to play the love interest if had it have been George Clooney.
But
the
still, like
man,
I don't think George
really
Clooney
think that doesn't really change.
in the flashbacks, like they're supposed to be what? They start out in like high school, don't they?
Or like early, like right after
Early
high
20,
school.
yeah,
type
even
shit.
even again, George Clooney, handsome devil. I don't think he could pull off
Yeah,
being
you
like,
can't pull
I'm
off like
20. No, you're not, George Clooney. No, you're not.
Yeah, yeah, that would have been a way different movie.
Wow.
Okay, we're gonna skip that one. Oh, this one I knew about. Claire Danes as Rose Dawson in Titanic. Instead of why am I blanking on her name right now?
Who is Claire Danes?
Claire Danes is opposite Leonardo DiCaprio in Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, okay. I think they have very similar features.
While they were filming Romeo and Juliet, because this is actually on Dax Shepard's podcast, while they were filming Romeo and Juliet, Leonardo DiCaprio told her that he was going to be auditioning for a part, Titanic, and that she should audition for the part as Rose, and she did not want to do that. And then the girl, man, why am I blanking on her name? Kate Winslet, right? I think that's her name. Kate Winslet is who inevitably ended up playing Rose, and it's crazy because it's like, sad to say, but like, I know Claire Danes from Romeo and Juliet, and I know her from that show Homeland, and that's it. So it's like maybe she could have
like skyrocketed her career with being.
Yeah, it's like after Romeo and Juliet doing this
Titanic
movie,
is such a huge movie.
Yes.
Even the box it came in with the 2 VHS.
Yeah, that was one of the biggest movies ever. Like that's a James Cameron film.
I love that interview that Leonardo DiCaprio was a part of with Brad Pitt and who was the other chick from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Margot Robbie.
Yeah, Margot Robbie. Where the interviewer asks them or he asks Leo, who's like, "Did you ever say anything about the fact that you thought that door was big enough for both of you?" And Leo's just like, "No comment, no comment." And Brad's just like, "No, wait, did you ask him?" He's just like, "I said no comment."
Yeah, he was like, movie magic. Here's one that Russell Crowe got offered the part of Aragorn in The Lord of the Rings. He was asked on Howard Stern by Howard if he regretted a role that he turned down, and he said Aragorn in The Lord of the Rings was the one that he regretted turning down. He was offered 10% of what the movie would make, and he turned it down. And obviously it turned into a motherfucking monster.
Oh my Lanta.
So that means they probably got Viggo Mortensen for a fucking on the cheap. Maybe not on the cheap, but he hadn't have been in as far as I remember, he hadn't been in a lot of stuff. I think after Lord of the Rings, he got huge.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, at this point, Russell Crowe had already done. I mean, it was like they were asking Gladiator to do Lord of the Rings.
I'm trying to the only thing I'm trying to picture is Russell Crowe with Aragorn's hair,
long hair.
Yeah, that's where I'm trying to because if he could play the part, no problem. I definitely feel like he could have killed the part, but it would have been the hair that I'm just I don't know if I would have. I don't know if I would have liked it.
I think they're closer in age. I want to say.
Well, that's what I'm saying, and especially when it came out too.
Yeah, I'm gonna say. I think Russell Crowe is probably a little bit older than Viggo Mortensen, so it would have been interesting to see. But he's younger in Gladiator, but I still feel like for whatever reason Viggo Mortensen. I mean, I haven't read the book, so I don't know how he's described in the books, right? But it's just for some reason,
but
yeah,
I still
I'm having a hard time picturing Russell Crowe long hair.
Because they both pull off that that scraggly, not full beard, but I have facial hair all over my face.
Well, yeah, and they're both badass.
Yeah, they both pull off that look fine. It's the hair. I think Viggo Mortensen pulls it off very nicely.
Yeah, because he's done it in a bunch of other movies too.
Because that's what I was doing. I was trying to think of Russell Crowe in any other movie with any type of it's not it's not Legolas hair.
Yeah.
It's a shaggy, sleek, medium length hair, but it's still I don't think I could see it. I don't think I could. I think they did the right choice.
Yeah. Plus, I wonder because I feel for most of his movies, Russell Crowe kind of keeps his Australian accent. So I wonder delivering some of those delivering some of those speeches with his accent and it not be Viggo Mortensen. I don't know.
It's just, he whips that torch into the ring wraith's head, and he just, are you not entertained?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Amelia Clark turned down the Anastasia Steele role in 50 Shades of Grey.
I mean, I probably would have just liked that better because it's Amelia Clark is a bombshell.
I mean, so is the other girl whose name is escaping me right
Yeah,
now.
you want to know why her name is escaping you? Because she didn't really like. I still feel like after 50 Shades of Grey, I feel like she should have popped off more because of how well received that movie was, and I still don't think she has. Before 50 Shades of Grey,
Dakota Johnson.
she was in a show that I actually kind of liked, and it got canceled after one season. I want to say the show was called like, it had something to do with her brother. It was basically like Dakota Johnson was like a single mother. Like I don't think the father's really ever mentioned in the first season, but she ended
She
up,
was in Bad Times at the El Royale.
yes, she was. I really liked that movie too.
Yeah.
I loved.
How to Be Single. That movie's really funny.
Oh, she was in that too. She was what's her face is in that movie with her. Was like her best friend.
Fat Amy.
Yeah, Fat Amy.
Rebel Wilson.
Yeah.
A TV show.
It was a TV show.
Mm,
But that was like my first, I think, like exposure to her was seeing her in that TV show, and then like the next thing was I feel like she was in 50 Shades of Grey.
yeah, I'm like trying to see if I can find it. Because I could probably just look.
But no, I don't know. I feel like
Ben and Kate.
yes, that's what it was called.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ben and Kate +8. Just kidding. I mean, the thing is, I haven't seen any of the 50 Shades movies.
Did they
so
make a sequel?
There's 3 of them.
There was 3 books. I didn't know they are.
Yeah, they made all 3 of them.
Oh, they did.
too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't even watch a single one of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't watch a single one of them either. I've seen Amelia Clark. I don't know exactly. I think it was at the same. Well, it was in the middle of Game of Thrones because Game of Thrones started in like 2010 or 11.
Yeah, it was definitely in between.
So it was
maybe
like in the middle. It was
that,
like right.
I mean,
in the
that
middle
might have
of when the
been
show
why
was
she
going
turned it
on.
down too.
Possibly.
I definitely probably would have watched 50 Shades of Grey if Amelia Clark was going to be in it.
Chris Hemsworth turned down the part of Duke in G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra, which honestly, who gives a shit, because that's the second one, right? The Rise of Cobra is the second one.
No, it's the first one.
Oh, it's the first one?
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
I was gonna say, because doesn't
they
Channing Tatum die right at the beginning of the second one?
Which doesn't make any sense because Duke's like the leader of the G.I. Joes, so I don't know why they decided to do that.
I don't know. I didn't really like the G.I. Joe movie, so I don't think it would have mattered who the fuck was the main character in that.
I mean, I liked Snake Eyes just for all the cool fights.
well, you can watch the movie now.
Oh yeah, they did make.
There's a standalone movie.
Yeah. We'll see
We'll see.
if there's time.
Justin Timberlake as Elton John in Rocket Man. I like Taron Egerton as.
I know they can do movie magic to obviously fix this, but a part of me would just be like, he's just too tall. I feel like.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, I mean, and I don't necessarily know how tall Taron Egerton is, but like, I don't know why. I just feel like him and obviously what you literally said it, and then I can't think of his name. The famous singer.
Justin Timberlake?
No.
Elton John?
Elton John, yeah.
Hold Me Closer, Tiny Dancer?
Yeah, Hold Me Closer, Tiny Dancer. I feel like they were, especially because like he won an Oscar for that movie, right? I feel like when they got up, they were
I'm
about
not
the
sure
same,
if he won the Oscar,
they were
but
the
like
same size.
he did win awards for it.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah. I saw Rocket Man and I enjoyed it, but I think, yeah, I mean, they picked an Englishman. They picked an Englishman to play an Englishman.
Which I think is fine.
Yeah,
I think,
right. So like, yeah, the thing is, I mean, yes, they obviously changed the way that Taron Egerton looked also, but I think I would have just been like, that's Justin Timberlake, like the whole fucking time.
And I think it is probably a little bit silly to pick a singer to play another singer, because he's an actor now, but he's still. I mean, he still sings. He was the only one that went solo from NSYNC.
Yes. Let's see. Let's see here. What else? What else? Oh, what else? Gwyneth Paltrow also apparently turned down the role for Rose in Titanic.
Gwyneth Paltrow, no?
Yeah. I don't. The thing is, I don't know how big Kate Winslet was before Titanic, but Gwyneth Paltrow was like already a pretty big movie star by that point. So, I don't know. I think that could have been good either way because Gwyneth Paltrow is like a really good actress. Like I said, I just recently saw her in like Shakespeare in Love, and I really, really liked it. So yeah, so like I've seen her do like other like romance movies and stuff. So like I think she could have been good. She could have been good in that movie as well. So I don't know like how much it would have changed. Again, I don't know if this was like Kate Winslet's like breakout role or anything like that. But I think Gwyneth Paltrow would have been like a very good choice for that also in Titanic.
Yes.
Oh look, here she goes a reversal. Kate Winslet turned down the role of Viola in Shakespeare in Love, which is what Gwyneth Paltrow was in.
Oh. Interesting.
I don't know. I think that would have been after Titanic. So Kate Winslet was probably like very hot. And I don't mean attractive as she is, but I mean like they were probably like, oh shit, we could get Rose from Titanic to be in this movie.
Yeah. A hot commodity, kind of like The Rock is.
Yeah. Again, I think because of Gwyneth Paltrow like being who she already was, I think I don't know. It's weird. It's weird to be like they could have been interchangeable. Like it would have been fine.
Sometimes certain people like can be, and sometimes they're not, and that's totally fine. Like
yeah,
especially after. I mean, and it tends to like you really have to have like seen the actor and other things, and to like determine whether or not you could really just because you're just plucking one actress out and then just shoving them right into another role because you don't get to see them obviously be in that movie.
Right. The only time you get to see stuff like that is when you see either like not outtakes. What's the
bloopers?
No, auditions.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes like audition tapes come out and you're like, whoa, this person was up for that role. Like I've seen some of the ones for the Office, and I'm like, oh man, this would have been a completely different role if had this person played this character. All right. Christina Applegate as Elle Woods in Legally Blonde.
Who's Christina Applegate?
She was the daughter in Married with Children. I'm trying to see what else. I mean, I think you know her.
I've seen her in stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do.
She was in Vacation.
Yeah, I'm gonna do
with Ed Helms.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a big fat no because like,
Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah, Reese Witherspoon killed that role.
It's weird. Like Reese Witherspoon is a very, very smart person, but like she played like the ditzy Elle like perfect. Yeah, like
and still graduated law school.
With the bend and snap.
Yeah.
Oh man.
What?
No way. Jack Nicholson, Michael Corleone, and The Godfather.
No.
Yeah, no fucking shot, dude. Although, like, it was filmed in the 70s, so, like, Jack Nicholson was, like, I've like, seen him, like, as a really, really young dude, and you're like, holy shit.
Still,
like,
no way.
Yeah. Al Pacino was like,
No, and like even and it's not
Perfect.
even to say obviously if you've seen The Departed, you know that he plays like a gangster well, but no,
he's just too crazy for me.
Yeah, to
Al
have
Pacino
played-
got crazy later, but when he started in this, he was like cool and laid back, and like, yeah, Jack Nicholson is like a psycho. I think he would have played him way different. He would have been like, I think you would have like hated Michael, and you wouldn't have like. There was points where like Al Pacino did some shit where you were like, damn, like Michael's like cold blooded, but like you kind of still like felt for him, and you were still kind of like almost like conflicted. You're like, I really like this guy, and I don't want to hate him, even though he does some fucked up shit.
well, especially
But,
once you
like,
get to like if you know, hopefully that you watch all the Godfathers. Once you get to the third one, especially
well,
'cause
in the
that's-
second one is when he
Yeah,
has
yeah.
his brother killed.
well, yeah, well, that's what he's like. His first one's kind of like the rise to how he ends up being the Godfather. And the second one is, you know, pretty much everything he has to do and get done. And the third one is basically like his retirement and kind of like everything that he has to basically pay for all of his like past transgressions and sins. So it's just, I don't know. The third one was such like a beautiful.
Well, it's just
way
funny
to
because
kind of,
people like a lot of people like hate the third one.
They hate the third one, really?
Yeah.
I thought the second one was like the least favorite.
No, I think the second one is like the most favorite.
What? Better than the first?
Well, well, I mean, it's hard to top the first one, but like the second one, you have to remember has all those flashbacks with a young Vito, the dad,
Yeah.
played by Robert De Niro. So like the second one has some really really cool shit. The second one's like a revenge story, and it's awesome. Yeah, Jack Nicholson would have played him super different.
I wouldn't have been for it. It would have been, yeah, I think it would have, I mean, maybe not destroyed the franchise or whatever, but I think it would have been super weird.
John Travolta as Forrest in Forrest Gump. I can't picture him being like, life is like a box of chocolate.
Yeah, me neither. And also Tom Hanks, America's Dad. Dude, like, no, I like that. And that's one of like
I mean,
his,
as I'm saying, it's supposed to be iconic roles.
yeah, well, yeah, you're right. But it's also like, it's probably one of his biggest iconic roles. Like he did so many movies in like the 80s and 90s, but still like Forrest Gump, like I definitely feel like really put him on the map. Even like though like I said, he was already pretty much on the map because he was acting since he was like a kid, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have that would have been like a I don't know if it's super different movie. I mean in 94, like I don't know when Grease came out, but like I think they're probably around the same age too. So I don't know if you would have been getting like a Danny Zuko type in.
But it would have been, I'm pretty sure Grease
Forrest
came out in the
Gump.
80s, didn't it?
Probably, maybe even the 70s. I don't fucking know.
No, it would have been. It would have been weird, but I definitely feel like
78. Grease is from 78.
I think John Travolta made like a good transition from like movies similar to Grease to like all the actiony badass movies he made, like fucking like,
Face Off?
Face Off. Oh,
fuck,
god,
I love
dude.
that movie.
Him and Nicolas Cage. Oh, great! If you haven't seen Face Off, guys, what are you doing? Go watch Face Off
Yeah, that movie's awesome.
before Nicolas Cage went completely off the rails.
Johnny Depp as Ferris Bueller.
I like young Johnny Depp. I feel like would have been awesome for that role.
So here's my thing. He like started on that like 21 Jump Street show. And I've seen some of Johnny Depp's like younger movies. What's like we've talked about how he was like on Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
And he did like a movie called Cry Baby that I've seen.
Yeah. That was supposed to be making fun of Grease.
I think so,
It was a
yeah.
satire making fun of Grease.
So, but like he's kind of been in like more dramatic roles when he was younger, and then kind of like he still has a lot of dramatic roles because like Black Mass, and can't remember that one where he plays like John Dillinger. I can't remember the name of that movie, but
John Dillinger.
yeah, who's like a gangster from like the
Yeah.
20s.
Oh yeah. Isn't that called Public Enemies?
Public Enemy, that's it. Thank you. Yes.
I
Holy
haven't
shit,
seen
Tito.
that movie, and I
For
really want.
once, you fucking came up with something that I didn't.
Yeah, I really want to see that movie, and I never got around to watching
It's
it.
good. I really enjoyed it.
Isn't Denzel Washington also in it, or no?
I don't think so.
No, I'm thinking of a different gangster movie.
Yeah, you're thinking about American Gangster.
Yes, I am
and
thinking of
that's
American
just about him.
Yeah.
That movie's good.
I could have sworn who plays the
When he kills Idris Elba in that movie,
in
fuck.
American Gangster.
Yes. Have you seen American
I
Gangster?
feel like I've seen that scene. Isn't that the one where they're in like a shop and then he walks out and
Yes.
just shoots him in the head?
Well, he walks out and like brings him the jar and he like tells him to fill it, and then he like disrespects him. He just pulls out a gun and shoots him in the head
Yeah.
right in the middle of the street.
Russell Crowe's the cop in that movie, in American Gangster.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to Johnny Depp as Ferris Bueller. It's like,
Wait, is he a gangster or is he? I thought he was a bank robber in Public Enemy.
yeah. I mean, yes, he's like a bank robber, but it's like that's what the gangsters in the 20s. Like it's like da 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 da.
That just reminds me of
Shuggins and the gang were here.
And you just spelled Shuggins in your Tommy gun.
It's like
And if anybody asks, it was Shuggins and the boys. Yeah.
it was Shuggins and the boys,
Yeah.
and he's like, "There's a puddle of the killer's blood in the hallway. Gross,
gross.
Mop it up." It's like back before they knew about forensics.
Yeah.
Fucking John Mulaney, dude. I don't know, like yes, like I feel like the most comedic roles that Johnny Depp's done is like Jack Sparrow. Like I'm like really have trouble. He mostly does like dramatic roles, so it's like I don't know. Matthew, like that role is fucking iconic. Ferris Bueller.
Yes.
So like Matthew Broderick, I don't know. I don't know if I could see Johnny Depp.
I just think of him as like just because obviously Matthew Broderick was super young there, so I'm just thinking like a super young Johnny Depp could have also like fit into the role.
I feel like a super young Johnny Depp wanted to be taken serious as a serious actor, so
Okay.
wouldn't have taken.
I mean, yeah, that might have been.
I
why
mean,
he
that's
turned it
obviously
down.
the reason.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what the reason is why he didn't take the role, but
I could see it though, but I do love Matthew Broderick and Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
here's a pretty big one. Al Pacino turned down the role of Han Solo in Star Wars.
Oh shit! But also, I don't think I could see. You said that, and I just think of like, what if Han Solo?
This would have been after. So like this would have been after the first and maybe the second Godfather.
Was the original trilogy before Indiana Jones?
Of Star Wars?
Yeah.
Yes, dumbass.
It was
The Indiana Jones movies are from the 80s. The Star Wars were from the late 70s and 80s.
Oh yeah. Because Eric Foreman is a big fan of the
Yes.
Star Wars movies.
So this would have been after Al Pacino probably did the first and maybe the second Godfather movie. So like he had obviously already started to make a name for himself, but it's weird because it's like I can't get current Al Pacino and the fucking loud and the also kind of like fucking crazy.
So here's the thing. I can definitely picture Al Pacino with Han Solo's hair. Like I can kind of like superimpose like his face over Harrison Ford's, but like
Harrison Ford plays Han Solo like he's fucking cool.
Yeah. That's that's like the thing that I can't get. I
And
think
if you think about him, like Michael Corleone being Han Solo is like Michael Corleone's like a cold-blooded killer, and like Han Solo's like I'm a fucking cool guy. Like yeah, I'll get dirty if I have to, but like I also just want to be cool.
yeah.
Like so I don't think I could see Al Pacino playing Han Solo. Like can you imagine? I don't know why, but it's just like fucking Carrie Fisher goes like, "I love you," and then Han Solo being like, "I know," but like,
I know, yeah.
I know, I know,
Pacino's
bitch.
voice. That'd be so weird, yeah.
I know, exactly. I just fucking can't. I know, bitch.
Yeah, that would have been weird.
What else?
Let's do a couple more before we round it out.
Yeah. Trying to see if I can find any other good ones after that. I haven't seen La La Land. I don't know if I'm talking about that. Oh, God. Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt as Jack Twist and Ines Del Mar in Brokeback Mountain. I haven't seen Brokeback Mountain, but like, here's the thing: like, it's still ranked up there as like one of the best love stories of all time. Like, obviously, it's not my cup of tea, but it's somebody's cup of tea. Obviously, if it's like up there ranked,
I don't like. I feel like, again, I haven't seen it either. I've seen a lot of clips from the movie though, and
Yeah.
I think like Jake Gyllenhaal did super like really well in that movie. And obviously you've got Heath Ledger, who's an amazing actor as well.
but it's Leo and Brad. They're also like two of the greatest actors. So like, they probably could have played it really fucking well too.
That is true.
It's not like either one of them would have taken me out of it. You know what I mean? Like, they're both, all four of them are
fantastic.
recognizable beyond a doubt. So it's like,
I feel
wouldn't
like
be
they're just
"Oh, that's Brad
interchangeable.
Pitt."
They're
Yeah.
just interchangeable. You could have just put like Brad Pitt and Jake Gyllenhaal, or like Heath Ledger and Leo. Like, it would, like, I think they probably would have just killed those roles in general.
Yeah.
But I definitely, like, I've seen more clips of like Jake Gyllenhaal's acting from that movie though.
Yeah.
Have Brad Pitt and Leo been in anything besides Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, like together?
I don't think so.
That was the first time they ever worked together?
Yeah, I think.
Oh, did you notice in Mystic Pizza that Matt Damon was the brother?
Yes, the brother.
Of the like romantic interest
Yeah,
of
the
Julia
rich
Roberts.
guy, yes.
Mom randomly noticed that, and I was like, "Oh my god, that is Matt Damon."
Yeah. He was like, "What is this?" And the brother's like, "Eat it. It's the shit," or whatever. Yeah. Oh my god. Matthew McConaughey in Leo's role in Titanic.
No,
All right,
No,
Rose,
I
let
don't
me get on this fucking door.
I'm gonna paint you like one of my French girls. Like,
No, she says,
no,
paint
you know,
me like one of your French
You
girls.
know where he could have taken the role? He could have taken it from the
Billy
douchebag-
Zane?
from the douchebag
Yeah.
character. Yeah,
That would have been a good role for him.
yeah, but not as Leo's character. Even though
He's
technically
like southern, like Texas
Leo,
Southern drawl.
Leo was kind of a douchebag too, though. Wasn't he like leaving a girlfriend like back in New York or whatever?
No. They were going to America, right? Wasn't that the thing? They were going to.
I have no idea.
I think they were going to.
I'm pretty sure
America.
Leo was leaving a girlfriend though when he got on the ship. Like or not leaving a girlfriend. Like I think he was just like, I'll be back or whatever. And he had a girlfriend, and then he got with Rose.
Yeah, well, he fell in love, dog.
When you get on that bow of the ship and you just,
Exactly.
I'm on top of the world,
baby. Henry Cavill as Edward Cullen in Twilight.
No, because don't ruin Henry Cavill for me.
That's hilarious.
I mean, like both him and Sparkly Boy, definitely very chiseled faces, but like Henry Cavill's like a man's man, and I feel like I don't think that Henry Cavill could play the role of like a high schooler. And yeah, Edward Cullen is a vampire, obviously, and has lived for generations, but it's meant that he was turned while he was in high school. So like I don't think I could see like Henry Cavill just walks up and like, I'm 16 forever or whatever, and it's like, no,
Like
no,
this,
you're not.
I mean,
Henry
that
Cavill.
those movies are.
That's
from
like a George. That's like a George Clooney.
They're
all
from
over
like
again.
10 years ago. Henry Cavill's not that old.
Well, no, it's not that old, but
I do think he's older than Robert Pattinson. But all right, here's one: Matt LeBlanc as Phil Dunphy in Modern Family. Matt
Isn't that
LeBlanc
Joey?
is Joey,
Yeah.
yes, from Friends.
I
I love Ty Burrell, dude.
so
He's
you
like
want
the
to
perfect Phil
hear
Dunphy.
why I say no? Joey had the perfect combination of being like a dumb,
He's like a
hilarious
dumb
character
cool guy.
while at the same time radiating sex appeal.
Yes.
And I don't think Phil Dunphy has that. Phil Dunphy just has the like, I'm hilarious and I keep making a lot of dumb dad decisions.
He's like, feels like I'm the safe guy. And
Yeah.
like Matt LeBlanc is like, choose me because I'm cool as shit. And
then do something stupid.
yeah,
But, like,
and it's
funny.
like, it's like, oh, you're like a really sexy dumb. It's like you're a really sexy dumbass. But like feels like you're a really funny dumbass. And
Yeah, Matt LeBlanc is like, it's like, oh, I did something stupid, but I got away with it because I'm sexy. And Phil Dunphy is like, oh, I did something stupid and I got away with it because you feel bad for me.
yes. All right. That's not a bad one. Hugh Jackman could have been the new Bond instead of Daniel Craig.
That would have been pretty sweet, actually.
Yeah, that would have been really sweet too. I agree with you. Like Daniel Craig is fantastic, but like, I mean Hugh Jackman. It's weird seeing him be like when you see Hugh Jackman in other roles, like especially in like The Greatest Showman. Like he's like a classically trained actor. Like he loves the theater and like he's like a good singer and stuff. And you're like, you played Logan. And that just like goes to be like, God damn, this dude's got acting chops.
I don't ever look at it like that just because he was born to play the role of Wolverine / Logan. Like,
yeah, I mean, for sure. But it's just like seeing him in like some of these other roles, it's like, but seeing him in other roles where he plays like serious stuff, like obviously X-Men.
well, one of my favorite movies with him is not The Illusionist. What's it called? Or maybe it was The Illusionist. It's the one where him and Christian Bale play opposing magicians. No, The Prestige.
The Prestige.
The Prestige is one of my all-time favorite movies with
There
Hugh Jackman.
is another movie called The Illusionist. I think
Yeah,
that one
yeah.
has Edward Norton and somebody else.
Yeah,
and I think they came out like really close.
I
to
haven't
each other.
seen The Illusionist. The Prestige is like one of my all-time favorite Hugh Jackman movies, though. That movie's awesome.
All right. That's pretty much it. All the other ones, yeah. So we'll end it on that one. I don't know. I know that there's other movies. You know, just one that I just want to name off the top.
I'm pretty sure you're going to talk about the Matrix one, aren't you? Or is that not the one you wanted to talk about?
No, I wasn't going to talk about that. Someone else almost played Neo, but who I don't remember who. Off the top of my head, I thought you knew since you were saying it.
It was Val Kilmer was going to play Morpheus, and Neo was going to be Will Smith.
Oh yes, because Will Smith talked about how he turned down Neo.
Yeah, he turned down Neo, and like basically, Will Smith saved that movie not because he didn't play Neo, but because if he had played Neo, Val Kilmer would have been Morpheus.
What? Are you fucking crazy? Val Kilmer's awesome.
I don't.
Doc Holliday.
I would not have liked him as Morpheus. Lawrence Fishburne is, I mean, again, I'm still like a little, I don't know how I feel about Lawrence Fishburne not reprising the role as Morpheus in the new Matrix movie, but no, I don't think I would have liked Val Kilmer as Morpheus at all. Nah, I don't think I would have gotten the same like fucking mysterious power energy that Lawrence Fishburne radiated. And it wouldn't have I don't think it would have been this, like, think of like Morpheus is fighting Neo. Like that fight, like, no, I wouldn't, nah. I wouldn't have liked it.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Like,
but
just
it's
think
like,
of every amazing scene.
but like Will Smith would have been sweet as Neo.
Yeah. But I'm saying, like, and I think even in the interview where he talked about it, he was just like, I like save that movie because then Val Kilmer would have played Morpheus.
That's not why he said he didn't do it. He did Wild Wild West.
Oh yeah. But I love Wild Wild West.
I do too. But he said that movie sucked ass.
I think he said it was one of the movies he regretted. I was like, no,
Yeah.
I love Wild Wild West.
Yeah. No, the one that I was gonna say because he's mentioned it a few times, and because I love The Office, John Krasinski was auditioning for Captain
role-
America.
Oh yeah.
And he saw Chris Hemsworth in the Thor costume and was like, I have no business being here. And just didn't do it.
yeah, I think I remember. Yeah, I remember seeing a clip of that too.
But now that I think that he is going to be playing Reed Richards in the new Fantastic
like,
Four.
I don't
and
know-
I think I love that.
did he? Okay, did he? Was that like right after he was done with The Office that he wanted to audition for Captain America? Because I mean, he got like ripped, and he's done a lot of action roles.
Yeah, he's
recently.
Jack Ryan. He's the new
Yeah,
Jack
yeah.
Ryan, who was played by I don't know if the original, but like he was played at one point by Ben Affleck. Those are like the James Patterson novels.
There's like a bunch of actors that want to be like a part of like the Marvel or like the MCU, and they're just
Yeah.
like waiting for like a role to open up so they can audition for it. I think it's awesome sometimes that like their own nerdiness comes out, like Daniel Craig playing like a random stormtrooper in Star Wars. Like you can't.
Jason Sudeikis too. Jason Sudeikis is in The Mandalorian. He's the one that like kidnaps the child and like punches him when he's got him in the bag.
Yeah, and it's like obviously they're not doing that necessarily for notoriety because their face never even gets shown, but it's just like I'm part of like Star Wars now. Like I did this. I think that's awesome.
Simon Pegg is like the alien that Rey deals with on what's the name of the planet that she's on? Jarta or some shit like that.
Like the trash planet, right? At the
Yeah.
Okay,
The
I
beginning.
can't
He's
remember.
the one that like is giving her the credits or whatever for the stuff that she's bringing in.
It's not credits. It's like food.
Yeah. That's Simon Pegg.
Oh.
Anyway, I know that there's way more movies out there and stuff. I just did a quick list and I didn't even do them all.
Yeah, if you
But,
guys find any and you thought they were cool and maybe you want to get like get us to
just-
mention it on the show, make sure you reach out to us. And you
Yep.
can always reach out and talk to me specifically on Twitter and Instagram at BanditoTito93, guys. Just talk to me about anything. Again, talk to me about the show, anything nerdy, anything you like, anything you dislike. What about you, Junior?
You guys can always DM me at pops.maniac as well as nerdy.bros.inc on Instagram. But yeah, make sure you guys check out the merch. The links are always in the description and all that. So if you
Hit
guys
that
want to,
like and share button too, guys.
yeah, share it, tell people about it, help us grow. But that's gonna be it for this week, guys. Have a good week.
Okay, guys, bye.